And it's lights out and away we go here at Zandvoort for the VSR Summer Cup Race 2. Our pulser to Salig got a good start off the line, whilst Haecke moves into a slipstream and then has a look down the inside, closely being followed by Scott Manson and Felix Hofer as they move into turn 1. Oh, and there's contact! I think that's the one spinning around, and Tim Schaffer's also going around as the leaders move into turn 2. Currently the order is Salig in first, Haecke in second, Scott Manson in third, and Hofer in fourth, as they go for the long run into turn 3. Now, because of that collision, the field is going to be spread out lots more than it would have been for lap 2. Here we are following Felix Hofer, as Klock has a look down the inside, but doesn't make anything of it. Oh, and Felix has spun round, and Klock's hit him. That is unfortunate for the young German driver, and his race is probably going to be over as a result of that. And oh, who's this? Is that Rizutti? Channeling his inner spirit animal of a turtle, lying helplessly on his back as Haecke goes down on the inside onto the chicane on Scott Manson. Scott Manson still has the inside for the next turn, but this is going to be a long run until the final turn of the track, and Haecke is going to have the inside line for this turn. Will he make the move done? And he has made it stick. But it's a long run into turn 1, so Scott Manson might have a good exit here and stay in the slipstream, and might have maybe be able to have another go on Haecke. Let's see what happens. Scott Manson's around the outside, going into turn 1, braking very late as he can, as he goes round the outside of Haecke, who stays on the inside. And Scott has made the move stick as they go into turn 2. Brilliant move by Scott there. And here is a replay of the incident. Oh, and that is not nice. As you see in the background, another collision happening, and this is Koff going round, having a little bit of a drift. He then reverses into the track, and oh, that's how it happened. That is how Rizutti morphed into the turtle that he was. Let's see. Oh, he just saw nothing there. Bit of locking up for the brakes there, covered his vision as he is sent onto his roofs. And here is Lewis Knights having a nice little drift around, unfortunately being spun out. Going to lose a lot of time from that. There's another replay from März getting hit. A lot of contact. Oh, Koss going into him there at the moment. A lot of contact on lap 1, unfortunately. Oh, and it looks like März was punted a little bit. And that is going to be a 5-second time penalty. Ah, yeah, it was Haecke who got the time penalty there. He punted Kriegsheim, that went into Timo März. As now we join the race live. This is Salig, I believe. Yep, going off a little bit. Unfortunate there, he's going to lose a little bit of time as he goes into the grass. But Scott Manson, very opportunistic overtake and goes past Salig for the lead. Oh, someone collides with his teammate. Oh, that's Haecke who goes wide a little bit. Oh, and then he's going to hit Timo. Amazingly, none of these drivers spin out as they go onto the pit straight. They have lost quite a bit of speed, but none of them will lose the position. Haecke goes on the inside whilst Timo is following closely behind him. Oh, and I think Kriegsheim has hit Haecke a little bit. But Haecke cuts back and he has much better exit speed than Kriegsheim and maintains his position. Oh, and Timo runs into the side of Haecke. That's a bit unfortunate. And oh, Kriegsheim gets absolutely sent to the Shadow Realm. Oh, let's see a replay of that. Oh, Timo hits Kriegsheim a little bit and forces his way on the inside. Bit of dirty racing there, but not enough for a penalty probably. But here, oh, you can see he just turns right into him and is sent off the track. And for some reason he is still accelerating. Oh, and that is Kriegsheim banished to the Shadow Realm. Oh, look at his car just float away. Here is Scott Manson and Josef Klock battling it out on the pit straight as Scott defends his position on the inside. And Josef Klock is going to have a go around the outside. They both lock up, but Scott Manson retained the inside as Josef Klock goes alongside him. They keep it tidy, no contact, going into the long hairpin. Scott locks up, but keeps his position. Josef Klock still following Scott, really not close enough to make a move yet. But Scott goes on the grass a little bit and seems to lose a lot of speed, and Klock overtakes him. But Scott comes back on the inside for the next turn, and they both lock up going around the corner, but Scott defends his position after making an error, miraculously. I think it must have been an error by Klock as well that caused him to lose that position. As Klock goes off the track, here's a replay from Mr. Manson's perspective. Yeah, he goes onto the sand a little bit. And Klock seems to run, a little wide. He's going a little bit too hot into that turn, and Scott retakes his position. Very well done. On board with Haecke now. He was just watching from the distance behind, but now he's made up quite a lot of ground to those two. He might have a little look on the inside, but Klock defends it off, so he can't get the inside for the chicane, but he might get the inside for the next turn of the chicane, and he does a little bit of contact there. Not sure if it's enough for a penalty, hopefully not. But it looks like Haecke made the move. Haecke following Manson as they go into the last turn of Zandvoort. Onto the absurdly long straight, especially in these little hatchback cars. Now, which way is Haecke gonna go? Scott, yet again, defends on the inside, and Haecke is going to be forced to go around the outside. Can he make it stick? And it doesn't look like he can, as Scott's got the edge coming out of the turn, but it can change in these two turns. Very nice driving by the both of them to avoid a collision, as Haecke goes down the inside onto the hairpin, and he makes the move stick. Scott Manson going into the chicane, and he's gone a little bit too deep or too late on the brakes there. He goes onto the grass whilst Josef Klock overtakes him, but now he's going to have a bad run out of that, and Julian März is attacking him on the second last corner of Zandvoort, but can he keep that position? They're both going side by side onto the pitch straight. Now, who's going to get the better run and have the inside line for turn one? That is the question. Neither of them moving at the moment. Both braking as late as possible, and Julian März stays on the inside and makes the move complete. We join Josef Klock and Julian März as they go into the chicane. This is a tight battle, and it looks like Klock just runs Julian out of road there, and he will overtake the position, but I'm not sure the stewards are going to be happy with that one. But racing continues as they go onto the pit straight. Julian in the slipstream of Josef, and he's going to have to be forced round the outside as Klock defends the inside, and there's a little bit of contact there. And Julian manages to make it so he doesn't spin round. Here's the view for him, Josef Klock, and he will get a penalty for pushing another driver off the track. Here's the run on to turn one, and that's contact again. Looks like Klock got a little bit of understeer there. But now we join them live as they go into the sharp right-hander, and it looks like Julian's going to make a move down on the inside, and they've made contact. Yet again, Julian managing to keep his car facing the right way, and he looks like he goes for the inside again, but he's nowhere near close enough. Now, run onto the chicane. Very good overtaking position here. Is he going to be able to do anything? And he's hit Klock. Looks like he just missed the braking point there. That is unfortunate. He's going to lose 2 positions there. Here is Felix Hofer, and that is Lewis Knight battling it out. Nice close racing from them, of course. No turbulent air to disrupt the airflow. Well, not as much anyway. As Lewis makes the move down the inside. Very tidy move from Lewis there. Definitely trying to avoid contact with each other there. They do not want to spin out any more than they have this race. But long run into the chicane might get some action down here. Looks like Felix is going on the inside. Brakes late. Manages to make the move. Done. As Lewis kind of backs off a little bit, trying to avoid contact. Now, this is Scott and Julian going down into turn 1. Julian's going to try around the outside, and it looks like he has made the move stick, has he? Oh, Scott's still on his inside, but he will get the inside line for the hairpin. Nice. Now, the replay for Julian März for causing a collision. He does get a time penalty for this, obviously. Oh, yep, just misjudged the braking point there. Went straight into the back of Josef Klock. On board with Lewis. März, of course. Max's brother. Oh, and Felix just brakes too late and goes off the track there. That is how he made the move. Here, Haecke going down the pit straight, and he crosses the line to win the race on track. And Julian crosses in second, and Scott Manson crosses in third. Now, after all of the penalties have been added up, Scott Manson is our race winner and will take his first VSR race win. Congratulations to him. In second place was Koch, third place Haecke, fourth place Julian März, fifth place Hugentobler, sixth place Salig, seventh place Alexander März, eighth place is Max März, in ninth comes Klock, and to finish our top 10 comes Herzing. Schaefer finishes in 11th position along with Platner in 12th, and 13th and 14th comes in the last Multiverse drivers of Lewis Knights and Hofer. Now the DNFs today were Thoman, Kriegsheim, Rizutti, and unfortunately Timo März was disqualified from the race for banishing Kriegsheim to the Shadow Realm.